Today, talks between India and Pakistan Indus Water Treaty currently underway. A 5-member Pakistan delegation arrived in India on Sunday for the 118th edition of the talks. The high-stakes meeting likely to focus on key projects concerning both the countries here. Now, the delegation by Pakistan, which has been carefully chosen by newly appointed Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, is being led by Pakistan Commissioner for Indus Water, Syed Meher Ali Shah. It also includes Chief Engineer of Punjab Irrigation Department, Director General of Met Office, General Manager of Pakistan's National Engineering Services and Director General of Foreign Affairs Ministry. The Indian side is headed by India's Indus Water Commissioner A.K. Pal. Now, earlier, our diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibal spoke to Pakistan's Indus Water Commissioner as well, who expressed his views on the ongoing talks.
So this is a part of the treaty obligation that we have to meet to fulfill our obligation so under the Indus Water Treaty, and it is a continuing process. So we believe that this process should not only continue, but it should go in a meaningful manner so that we can resolve at a bilateral level to the extent possible. So it depends on the Indian side as well, that how do they respond.
Now, Pakistan delegation's visit comes after the Indian delegation visited Islamabad for the previous Indus Treaty talks in March this year. Issues like advanced flood information, construction of hydropower projects by India on the west-flowing rivers, they're likely to be the key points of discussions for both the sides here. The annual report of Indus Water Commissioners will also be finalized during these talks. Now, just for some background here, the Indus Water Treaty, it was formalized in 1960 after 9 years of negotiations between India and Pakistan with the help of the World Bank. Under this treaty, waters of eastern rivers, that is Satluj, Beas and Ravi, are allocated to India for unrestricted use, while the three western rivers here, that is the Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, go to Pakistan. On top of that, New Delhi also has the right to generate hydroelectricity on the three western rivers through the run of the river projects. Pakistan, however, here can raise objections to the projects if it wishes to. Water disputes between India and Pakistan, it's been a constant point of tensions between both, from territorial conflict to fears of future water shortage due to the construction of dams. Both countries, they've had their own differences over the years. Despite this treaty, it has been seen as one of the most successful international deals. It has survived frequent political flare-ups, has provided a framework for irrigation, hydropower development for over 6 decades. The treaty also sets out a mechanism for cooperation and information exchange between two countries regarding their use of the rivers, known as the Permanent Indus Commission. And for more on this, our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibal has sent us this report as well. Let's listen in.
The Indus water talks between India and Pakistan have started today here in Delhi. This is the meeting under which both sides will discuss about water sharing. The Indus Water Pact was signed in the year 1960, under which India has a right to the three eastern rivers, while Pakistan has a right to the three western rivers. And of course, India can still use water from the three western rivers. Now, we know that earlier this year, an Indian delegation was in Islamabad for talks. Now Pakistan delegation is here in Delhi. This is the second Pakistan delegation to be in India in matter of few weeks. Earlier we saw a Pakistan delegation here in India for the SCO RATS, or Shanghai Cooperation Organization Regional Anti-Terror Structure meeting. Now we know that India-Pakistan relationship, the talks between the two government is of course frozen. There is no movement that is happening, but multilateral and bilateral meetings such as the SCO and Indus Water talks do provide the opportunity for the two countries to meet together and have conversations. With video journalist Chandrasekhar Siddhant Sibal at the Indus Water Talks here in Delhi for WION.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.